unlimited this, unlimited that, well, screw unlimited, maybe. Ting Mobile is taking a different approach, and you may like it or you may hate it. But there's only one way to find out, so let's dive in. Alright, let's get right into what makes Ting so different from the competition. The way they've structured their pricing is going to be really attractive to you if you don't use your phone all that much. Everything on Ting is post-paid, and it's all based on what you actually used rather than on what you signed up for. So here's what I mean. If you used a tiny amount of data, you'll only pay a few bucks for it at the end of the month. And the same goes for call minutes and texts. And that's all on top of an ultra-low $6 per line base cost. So if your phone tends to sit around most of the day without being used, you can see how low that cost will come out to be. But if you use your phone for a lot of web browsing, or especially streaming movies or music, then the data will add up pretty quick, and you could end up with a bill that looks not all that different from what you'd get from one of the bigger carriers. So is it an attractive way of doing business? Well, that's really up to you. Check your records with your current provider to see how much data you used for the last few months, and you'll get an idea of whether you'd actually save or lose money with Ting. But actually, that brings up one of my favorite features of Ting, which is the hard caps and alerts that you can set on minutes, texts, and data to be sure you don't end up with a bigger bill than you expected. And I imagine parents of teenagers could think of a few other use cases for that as well. Alright, so if you do go with Ting, how well will it perform for you in terms of speed and coverage? Well, it's a good question, and it's not easily answered in this video, unfortunately. Ting piggybacks on the networks of both Sprint and T-Mobile, depending on which type of phone you have. I won't get into the technical explanation of exactly how that works, but if you want to know which network you would be using, we have a link on Reviews.org over to Ting's mobile device checker, and it'll tell you whether you'll be on Sprint or T-Mobile's network. Generally, we recommend T-Mobile's network over Sprint's, but it really depends on the area, so you may want to bone up on the difference between the two in our reviews of each of those services. If you sign up for Ting and you need to grab a phone, they have a surprisingly decent selection available from Apple, Samsung, LG, and a few others. There's also a bring your own device program, which Ting runs really well, making it really easy not only to see if your device is eligible, but also to see step-by-step how to go about switching everything over. So if our recommendation isn't super clear yet, let's spell it out. You should absolutely check out Ting Mobile if you have a super casual relationship with your phone, or maybe if you have a teenager who you want to give a phone to, but you don't want them to have carte blanche. On the other hand, if you and your phone are inseparable all day, every day, then Ting may not be your best bet. Anyway, if you want some more details, check out the full written review at Reviews.org and hit up the comments if you have any specific questions. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you on the next review.